admitted that I made a mistake. I should have supported.
27, you'll be 80. Respectfully, I mean, this may be your last realistic shot at the presidency. Does that make the stakes higher for you this time?
Certainly yes, because the stakes are higher because I believe that will be my last outing. And
so that's incontrovertibly
that's incontrovertible.
fact.
That
Okay.
Welcome, guys. Let's talk about Alhaji Atiku Abubakar's interview this week. Is Atiku desperate or is he just ambitious? I've asked that similar question in a previous video on this channel. If you want to check the video, I'll put the link in the description. You see, after watching Atiku interview with Charles on Arise Prime Time this week, Atiku answered that very question himself. And I'll tell you how. First, let's start with the data because I'm big on numbers. I always want to talk about the numbers. In 2023, Atiku got 6.9 million votes, right? Peter Obi got 6.1 million votes after all the rigging and shenanigans. It means Atiku beat Obi just with over 800,000 votes. That's the margin between the man who thinks he's the most experienced presidential candidate in Nigeria. That's the margin of winning. After all the rigging, the shenanigans, just over 800,000 votes between him and Obi. The numbers don't lie, right? The numbers don't lie. Think about that. In that same interview, Atiku went on to disrespect in his usual arrogance every other politicians in ADC, while also failing to market himself to the people. He's always very big on experience. And that makes me wonder because in that same interview, he confessed. He confessed something very heartbreaking because he's not talking about zoning. He went to a constitutional conference where Dr. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar proposed regional rotation of presidency so that we can have rotation of power among the six geopolitical zones. What did he do? He ganged up with some northern elders or delegates as at then and voted against it. I'll put the video in this.
I admitted that I made a mistake. I should have supported Dr. Ekome's amendment, and the presidency would have rotated to all the zones in the country. And I think that is the most equitable provision that could be, included in the Constitution.
Right. Is that something that you would push for if you became president?
Definitely, yes. Even if it is the only amendment I can make, I will move towards that.
But that push will come only if you become president, because right at this point you're making an argument about the number of years the North has had and the number of years the South has had, and some would say that that is for your own political convenience.
Not my own political convenience, but for the political stability of the country.
You rejected that proposal on the basis of selfish interest because you felt the North can produce the presidency alone. Unfortunately for you, it has not been working, and now you are regretting it. Yeah. That's the reason. He also gave the reason why he left PDP. We all know why. He was forced out of PDP after the 2023 election by Nyesom Wike. But he sat on that television and told us he left because he noticed a gang up against him. So nobody ganged up against you because you are the master of all forms of gang up, as you have alluded in that video. But this time, unfortunately for you, you are not part of the gang. That's why you are complaining. Had it been you are part of the gang, you would have stayed in PDP, just like you came back in 2011 to contest against Goodluck. This is the same man who said Peter Obi should have stayed in the PDP to fight for the ticket. But when he got to his turn, what did he do? He ran. In that interview, he also said that PDP is winning fewer states. That's why he left. He didn't stay to build it too, which tells you one thing about him. Atiku relies more on party structures than his own political value to the people. He knows he can't get the organic support that Obi and Kwankwaso has. He was just out of PDP, and now he wants to use the ADC coalition leaders to bring votes to himself to fulfill his long selfish ambition. That will never happen. This is 2026 we are talking about. This is not 1999, sir. It is not going to happen. You saw in that same interview, he was asked about northern politicians. What did he say? He dismissed, he even called Kwankwaso one state man. That is the level of arrogance he has. They don't trust him. Even northern politicians don't trust him. Watch what he said about Kwankwaso and Erufai and the rest. Dismissed them. This is someone who got battered in the 2027 presidential election when he contested for the first time. Like tomorrow, no day, he was battered, comparing himself with 6.1 million votes of Obi without any political structure. He's talking down on people, Kwankwaso, Obi, who has street credibility. He's trying to become president through the back door. That is not going to happen, sir. You don't have the support. Nobody is supporting you. And even your contestation is even ill-timed. At this point, what I want is a situation whereby Obi and Kwankwaso can contest on a separate platform. Let him and Amenchi or whoever he wants to run with him, let them contest. Let the number speak for itself. Because at this very end, everybody eye go clear for that ADC. I'm telling you, everybody eyes go clear.